Shweta, you're on mute.
I don't know how it keeps going mute on its own. Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me very clearly?
Yes, please.
Welcome to this evening's Thus Talks. As you all know, lots of regulars here I can see. Thus has been trying to have talks that really get you thinking for the last 6 years now. And this week we have Darryl and Vinesh, both of them. Most of people in Goa and most of the people on this list who are watching us know them very well. Vinesh is the director at the Art Escape Resorts at this moment, but he's also the founder, a trustee of Inspire Trust. More than music, what moves Vinesh is also other areas like sustainable development and planning. He's also interested in alternate energy, kids education, farming, films, and of course, music. Darryl is presently a director at the Art Escapes Resort. He's also the founder trustee of the Inspire Trust. Darryl is also a graphic designer, really multifaceted, both of these boys here. They have been in Goa and doing Art Escape, music events, Inspire Trust, and a bunch of other things for over 10 years now. And this year, we all are also celebrating in 2020, the landmark year, 10 years of these guys doing and trying to get music together in the state. First, I will go on to Darryl. Darryl, tell me, 10 years back when you started this, what was in your mind?
So I think a lot of things went with the flow. I mean, the whole idea was to set up a space, and which was Art Escape, and a lot of things happened once we started certain type of practices. So, which was in terms of organizing workshops, doing weekly gigs, and stuff like that. And a lot of things evolved, by just practicing these things.
Vinesh, what made you come to Goa in the first place? And what was your point of starting and collating music here? I can't hear Vinesh. Can everybody else hear Vinesh?
No.
Okay. Yes. I think now I can.
Hello?
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me. Make me hear you loud.
Yeah. So yeah. So design practice. Yeah. So there was a lot of work happening with corporates, lot of theater, a lot of multidisciplinary work which is happening. But it just reached a point when the city gets to you. And also when you have a lot of questions, a lot of concerns which you have, which I think the city doesn't allow you to do things, you decide that, you know, it's time to look at better places, and Goa being like what? Global community, global village, and one of the most incredible places in the world. And we said, let's take our dreams to Goa and let's get going, man.
So from then when you decided, and you decided that, okay, there are a few things that you can't do in cities. So have you been able to do that here in Goa? Did you get that kind of flexibility here?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I think Goa, yeah, it's just been freedom. It's been great for any kind of creative person or anyone who wants to come here and wants to take their dreams to the next level or make it into reality. I think it's the place to be.
But
And there's been absolutely, yeah, I think it's been a great journey, and great support from the local community and everyone over here.
Darryl, are you going to take over and play that video for us?
Yes. Where did it disappear?
This is like a video which was made like almost 10 years back, guys.
It's 10 years back.
It's
yeah,
a collation of all
back.
the musicians you know from Goa.
All of them are young. Everyone's, yeah, it's a different ball game right now, how
Yeah.
everyone is. And Christopher, yeah, thanks, Christopher, man. He's been the guy who's been, you know, like doing kind of great videos at that time when he was here. So that's Chris's first Artiscape video.
So while
share screen first.
Darryl, it's again gone into the...
yeah,
Is it playing?
2020.
Share screen first. Share your screen first, then play.
Sorry, it didn't share, what?
No, it's not
Try.
sharing. So Shweta, so I was just thinking, should we just should we just run through the starting of the journey? I think
Yes.
by the time we get this going.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, is this presentation? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. So this is sorry.
It's quite pixelated.
Reload.
Is it loading?
Try and reload it.
Reload it on screen itself.
Should I reload it?
This is good. Oh, it went bad.
Shweta, is it pixelated or?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Why is that happening? What should I just do a PDF then?
Yeah.
Just reload.
Try
it.
that.
Okay, let me just reload it. Is it better?
Much little better for me here. I don't know, Charan, you wanna come in and tell us if you can see?
It's Chinese.
Still a lot pixelated, actually.
Still? That's strange.
Second page onwards is fine. Start with the second page.
Yeah?
Yes.
Is this better?
It's fine. It's
fine, Deepak.
yeah. It's readable.
Zoom technology.
Chalo.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we were basically doing in Bombay, working with the biggest corporate brands, and doing all that jazz in terms of architecture, design, branding, graphic, retail, all that. And yeah, it just reached a point when we said that, And yeah, in 2008, actually, Darryl and me connected. That was the time we met. We met on an architectural and a design project which we were pitching for, and we met at the De Facto, our design studio in Bombay, with our other boys, Nikhil, Yanesh, and yeah, Monish was there. And yeah, so we started the journey of just spending 6 months of just talking and discussing ideas, discussing dreams. And yeah, so then it came down to that, what's the blueprint and what's the whole purpose behind this whole idea. And it's so when it gets down to talking and talking, then it comes down to that it's time now to create some kind of a plan and take things ahead, because otherwise it just remains as ideas. So the key question was, yeah, so how do we contribute and add value to the community? And so it came down to this whole idea of that, how can we as designers play a role for social change? And that's where we started exploring the entire idea and saying that, okay, maybe it's time to move out of the city and start something in Goa. So basically it came down to stop talking and start doing. So that was basically the way forward for us. And yeah, so we launched the Inspire project, which actually we launched it in the 2008 Curious Design Yatra, and we started with that. And then the whole idea was that to set up an art commune in Goa. And it just, yeah, we were looking for land and looking for people and things like that. And it was taking a much more amount of time. And at the same time, what happened is Darryl moved to Goa and he started exploring possibilities over here. And what we did in 2008 is we just went from North Goa till Gokarna, went to every single beach, checking out the scene, getting a feel of the scene, and landed up on New Year's to this Wadi beach. Yeah? And we said, this is it. You know, this is an incredible place. And we lived in this property, which then we ran it as Art Escape. So we lived on New Year's. There was not a single soul around. And we said, man, this is the piece which we want at the end of the day. And that was the beginning of Art Escape. And Art Escape happened also because of a close friend of ours, Dr. Speed. He was the guy who gave us the seed capital, believed in the idea, and that was the beginning of collaboration. So collaboration is the most critical thing which has happened throughout our whole process.
But Art Escape itself is not limited to a space, right? Then we started taking it to various places.
Yes, so Art Escape basically started off as a space, and then we started taking Art Escape to multiple, as experiences, to multiple spaces. So we ran this for 4 years, and yeah, it was an incredible journey. You know, people just coming in, writing about it without we having any understanding of it in the first year itself. And yeah, suddenly there was a buzz which happened, and there was nothing like this which was there in Goa at that time. You know, so that becomes the critical kind of a space. And yeah, this incredible beach, and yeah, we were growing our own stuff. There was great landscape in the space, bamboo cottages, back to basic. And every surface was an art surface. People could just come and paint and just explore. Yeah, just come and do what you want to do. And
so after running it for so many years, now that there is no space, are you looking at doing a similar project again with maybe more collaborators, more artists, more environmentalists?
Absolutely. So we are looking at space. We are planning to set up Art Escape again, and as a space, as well as taking the Art Escape experience to multiple spaces, and which is not limited to Goa. It's around the country and around the world. So that's right now the plan. Darryl is in Moscow right now, so he's already figuring out an Art Escape experience in the outskirts of Moscow. So things are moving right now. Yeah, it's moving in that direction.
Darryl, have you been able to get the video sorted?
Yes.
If you have, let's play it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. So the video was basically the first year of Art Escape. We started music in 2010. It was a jam scene, and it just got in, yeah, you know, everybody coming in from North Goa, everyone coming to the place. Also, we didn't have time restrictions, all that. We didn't have any kind of surrounding which we were affecting with. No one was getting affected with the music and everything. And we just went on. We went on to like, you know, sunrise and stuff like that. But yeah.
Let's start.
Let's start.
Let's listen. Let's see this.
Is it coming?
Yes.
platform for all forms of art, like painting, sculpting, pottery, music, theatre, dance. We've been doing a lot of experimental music and jam sessions, basically. We started off at our place called the Friday Night Live, and now we've started one called the Wednesday Night Live, which is up in the north of Goa. And it's an interesting exercise because a lot of people get to experience the music, the space, the food, and also interact with new people and people who share similar interests and are open to listening to open jams rather than a fixed set kind of a band that plays covers and stuff like that.
Art Escape has become like a hub for musicians meeting, and here the musicians can express themselves and play what they want to play.
This is a place where everyone can come and feel free. Basically improvisation, get together, say hello and jam. Yeah.
I think Art Escape could be summed up in terms of a few words, like create, inspire, and free.
It's becoming a cult. We've been doing it for the last 6 weeks, and it's already the talk of the town now.
Exciting thing about jam sessions like this is working with musicians you've never met and still creating good music on stage. Tonight I played with a Spanish singer. We just went on stage and the music just flowed.
Attention, j'arrive, je pars aujourd'hui pour capturer cette belle ville, New York, New York, mes souliers errants.
Goa is known to play host to a lot of artists from around the world, so you generally have an artist community residing in Goa, painters, sculptors, like they're all over the place, and it's the ambience that inspires people to live here.
Je suis très content de chanter ici ce soir au mix avec Viola et mes amis. Je suis très content et merci. On revient la foule et sur la liste, la première. Mes blues de banlieue commencent à fondre un peu. Up to you, New York, New York.
hope to do this like maybe 2-3 times a week. So off season, forget it. I mean, it's going to be season all year through. Goa's going to rock. This is for a music community, and that's what they're trying to create, a music community and artist community.
Since I started coming to Artiscapes events, it's been a wild ride. Every week's been amazing. Beautiful music, some of the best I've heard in India, and I'm very happy to be affiliated with them.
Goa is Goa, man, you know. Like, you can see it when you go on your bike, you just get out, and it's not only about music, it's about everything, you know, the people, the life, the culture. That's why we can celebrate life like this.
Musicians out there, please come and jam with us. And people who can't play, just come and listen to this. It's worth it.
I think a lot of people here are having serious nostalgia. I don't know how many of you have been to those events. A whole lot. I have attended a whole lot of those events in the beginning. I remember so many of those musicians. From there till now, like when we watch Vinesh this video, it's obviously some of the best of the musicians here in Goa, mixed with
Darryl?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So tell me, from where you started, and you see that what you guys did a while back, and then the journey that went on from there.
Yeah.
I'm sure a whole lot of people have come in these 10 years. The music scene has seen its own progressions, sometimes not, which are not positive at times. When you go and see your own journey, how do you think you've been able to do what you set out to do in the first place? Have you been able to get those musicians together, jam like the old days, not have, like we were listening in that video, not have a set going, instead coming together absolutely impromptu, creating new music, and not just within Goa, you know, people who come from outside, such a vibrant scene that could create.
No, absolutely. I think, it's the jam scene started off, and then from there it just it took off, because what happened is that then it's just that more and more musicians were interested to come to Goa, and also they're hanging around over here. So there's that, we just started different kinds of nights then. So you start off a jazz night and a classical music night and a blues night, and then just an indie night and original night. So it's just that there's multiple kind of music which you can just create depending on the musicians. And jam scene for sure, especially when there are very interesting international guys coming in, that everyone wants to come and jam with you. So then we were also just creating this jam nights, which is just focused towards come improvisation and do that entire scene. And
but music is one, right? And some along the way, you guys also started the ASAP Island.
Yeah,
if I remember.
Yeah, so basically what happened is after we did this North Goa scene where we're doing this Gypsy Jam in 2010, then we went back to 4 months. It was 4 different venues, and we went back to Artiscape. So then there was this whole buzz also which was created about Artiscape as a space, and then we just started various kinds of workshops. Yeah, so we were doing yoga retreats, we were doing Goa through a lens photography workshops, we were doing drum circles, so multiple kind of stuff which was going on. And yeah, and nothing like this which basically existed, so then more and more people wanted to come and explore this entire process. Like, the whole point was, then the whole thing was also working with the whole idea of of kids and adults, which is doing workshops, but the whole concept was learn by doing. Come and just learn by doing, the whole process of self-learning. And we started doing these summer camps, and yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, it was just incredible. And also mixing up, bringing the local community kids as well as the kids who could pay. So there was always this mix which was there. It was not only focused on only people who could pay. We kept that whole balance which was going. And yeah, and it was and also food, so kids are involved in food and the whole process of growing. So this was all which was again happening 10 years back, which right now is become a big thing. It's a, yeah. And then of course, then we were working with Karen and Happy Karma, and we did this whole this beautiful experience of these kids coming in from Kalangut, coming into Artiscape for a picnic. And yeah, I think, Darryl, if you can play the video for
Yep.
Yeah, so this was so Artiscape, because being the space, we could just do whatever we wanted to do, not depending on anyone. We were our bosses. We decide what we want to do and just get things going here. And yeah, and this was one beautiful, really beautiful day where all these kids came in.
Yeah.
And again, Chris, Chris again,
Yeah.
the guy who made this video.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry, be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry, be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Don't worry, be happy. I give you my phone number. When you worry, call me. I make you happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile. But don't worry, be happy. Cause when you worry, your face will frown. That will bring everybody down. So don't worry, Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't do it. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. Don't bring everybody down like this. Don't worry. It will soon pass, whatever it is. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile, but don't worry, be happy. Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, don't worry, don't do it. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. Don't bring everybody down like this. Don't worry. It will soon pass, whatever it is. Don't worry, be happy. I'm not worried.
And yeah, hats off to Karen. Yeah, she's been doing incredible work. Yeah, since I don't know how long. Yeah, more than a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Hats off to Karen. So, does all this work come under your work under Inspire Trust?
Yeah, this is under. Yeah, this was of course at that time. Inspire Trust was got registered in 2014. But yeah, this is basically everything under the Inspire Trust work which was done, and of course having Artiscape as a base. And yeah, man, and from there, again, Artiscape, Earth Day, beach cleaning, doing all these kind of activities which was focused on environment, which is what we kept doing. We kept, this whole thing about introducing Goa to solar cooking, doing paper bag projects and having waste management systems for distribution of saplings, snakes of Goa, talks, and then of course, ASAP Island happened. ASAP Island, where again, Joy Lohman from Germany. So he wrote a mail. He said that he was building some islands there. He said, let's build something in Goa. We said, let's just do it. So that was again a collaboration, and we worked with the architecture students. So we did like a foundation, like a 1 week kind of a module for them. They came to Artiscape and we started building these floating islands. The whole idea was building these islands for flood affected areas. So that was basically, and Goa becoming the space where we could experiment with it. And we went on for the next, 5 years. And we've built like a copyleft manual. So we've tested, tried, done everything. And yeah, if anyone wants to build, you want to build like a floating restaurant, you want to build a floating house, it's all available. All the information, all the technical content is there and we can just do it. So the plan is that...
Vinesh,
yeah.
Can I interrupt, please? When you're sharing the pictures, can you not optimize for video because the pictures come a little pixelated? Okay. Just stop the share.
Okay.
Share again and don't click the optimize for video.
Okay. Just okay.
Sure.
And share sound is out in any case, right?
Yeah, share sound. Don't share.
Is it better?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
much.
Yes.
So then and then we just started doing these ASAP islands, and of course no funds, all self-generated. We were all just doing it together, as all believing in the idea and coming together. So we had volunteers and friends from around the country, around the world, who used to just come, and we used to live about 20 days together and build these kind of structures. And and it just became a whole buzz. It became a national buzz of what's really going on, in terms of this kind of sustainability projects, and which is made completely out of garbage, plastic bottles, drums, and then in Riversal we set up a thing to basically clean up the rivers and doing compost toilets. Deepak built the first vertical windmill. So all these kind of experiments were going on, but again, without kind of funding. If we had funding for it, we can take it to the next level completely. And and then
that was the whole point, actually, is to basically experiment without waiting for all these kind of funding, and is that whatever is possible, you just get into action. So that was the whole point.
Was that one of your biggest challenges also, to actually do all this work? Fast track the work, do maybe multiple projects. So was funding also a huge challenge for you guys?
It was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge, but the whole point was to basically do it, to learn by doing that. And now we can basically organize it through proper channels.
Right. And now with like so many more people coming to Goa, obviously the weight of that increase in population is going to be visible on this beautiful land. There's no doubt about it. So this also gives you a great opportunity, because right now we probably need something like this more than ever before.
Absolutely,
yeah. Right now it's a different ball game. The amount of people who are moving here, and also the amount of brains who are coming in. I think it's the Goa has a potential of becoming the most incredible design hub, and design and environment and innovation hub at the end of the day. So I think that's the way forward for Goa, where sustainability becomes a key because of the rampant development which is happening. I think this is something which, and of course the local people are completely like going for it right now.
So tell me, in the Inspire Trust itself, what really moves both of you? What inspires both of you? What are you planning to do with that now?
So the trust right now is basically we've set up a series of projects. So the focus is education, environment, community development, revival of arts and crafts. And we've set up multiple kind of projects, which is basically working with, underprivileged kids and developing, an art curriculum for them. Also in terms of, we've been doing artist residencies and things like that, which is supporting this kind of projects. So we are right now looking at, we were basically building the team, and then COVID happened, So we're just building a fresh team right now, looking at all the projects are there, funding is available, someone who would be interested to come, take over as a project director, build the team and take it as your baby. So that's the mode in which we are right now. With all the projects, we're looking at people coming in, drive it and take ownership of it completely.
Right.
And so I think maybe we play an ASAP Island video, which was which was a fun video, which was done, and then from there, I think we'll move into the music section and all that action which happened at Artiscape, and then of course there's going to be a film which we made during COVID times, so that will be interesting.
Keep getting lost.
Hi, so this is our raft here we made, the start of Asap Island in Goa, India. And you can join this beautiful place and register for the first Asap Island Artists in Residence program. And you can stay here and get some crabs maybe directly near you. It's beautiful on the River Sal. There you can get fish and crabs. You can sell the crabs in the market also. And so you can make an easy living here. And then you can study also in this wonderful library and just be yourself and innovate this beautiful island. Welcome.
So that was the ASAP Island.
Amazing, guys.
Yeah.
What amazing work. So now all this years of experience meeting people, like Darryl was saying earlier, that getting all these energies together in a more organized manner and sort of getting more collaborators together and doing similar work. And of course, the increase of people here in Goa would also mean an environmental, there would be an impact of that. So you get so much more area to actually work on. So is that what you're planning to do? Are you planning to do something similar in multiple locations maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think, yeah, that's basically the plan right now, with especially taking the whole experience of Artiscape, what we've done for so many years, and yeah, just taking it to the next level completely. And and the amount of people who we've again collaborated with, it's like a family, it's like a community, and everyone's excited and waiting for some next action, and wherever they are. So just people are saying, just come, let's start something somewhere. So, and that's I think that's the kind of support which comes in, which just keeps you going completely.
And in the middle of a pandemic, as we try and look at travel with a new eye, how has that impacted what you guys do?
See, of course, I think as of right now, it's everything is in a standstill still to figure out what's going to happen. Also, what's going to happen with tourism and things like that over here. But I think it's a great time. Yeah, it's a great time for everyone, just like sitting and rethinking their lives. And I think
taken us back to our drawing board, to basically start. Otherwise, we never had this kind of time, access to this much of free time. So, which is great. I mean, for us, we're taking it as an advantage to basically take all these projects to another level, formulate them.
Yeah. So when you do that, like when you do that 10 years later, when you do that in a backdrop and having a better understanding of what people want, and of course, 5 years back, what you were doing with ASAP Island, I'm sure there would be like so many more people interested in doing that today in Goa. The interest was limited that time. It's just multiplied manifold. There is no doubt about the fact that people are thinking, people are looking at being more sustainable. They want to live a simpler life. They understand that suddenly everything has stopped and nothing seems to make sense. So that also gives you a huge opportunity. Yeah, everybody's going back to basics. What you guys were trying to do a while back seems to be like something. I have a feeling that a whole lot of more people are going to do similar things as we go ahead. So
yeah, so I'm just going to continue with the Artiscape journey, and so by the again collaboration. So by the second year, third year, we had Deepak, Carol, and Sandy. So they got involved, believed in the idea, and then the team just became so much more stronger, and we could just do so much more. And so we were then we had a weekly schedule, like every day, every Monday, we were doing revival of Indian classical music, Tuesday chef special, Wednesday acoustic nights. We introduced the open mic to Goa, introduced this thing called Inspire Talks, and then film screenings. And it was just incredible, with the whole energy which was there. And then Bangla Natak and Amitava came in, and again, an incredible collaboration. We started bringing in folk artists. So we did a folk festival with about 100 artists coming in, and all kinds of art forms, from music to performance art to handicrafts, and all happening for free in one space. And then we took it from there. We brought in the Sufi Qawwali festival to Goa, kept doing that. That was again a great time. Actually, it was interesting. The governor who was there at that time, Bharatveer Vanchu, he was an interesting guy supporting the art scene. So he actually came to Artiscape and completely supported the scene, what we were doing. And I think that was an interesting time. And from there, it's we basically started looking at the Artiscape experience, So then we took Artiscape to Pune also. We set up a space in this, incredible 450 acres of land, 500 people, open to air amphitheater, and then experimented with all these ideas. And it took off. And so that's basically right now the key is that we are looking at taking Artiscape experience to the next level. And once Artiscape, basically, we had to shut Artiscape in 2013 because it was a seasonal place. Yeah. So basically, we didn't want a seasonal place. It's not a tourist-driven project. It needs to run throughout the year. So we shut. So basically, we moved out of that space, and then we said that, okay, fine, music, there needs really an intervention in the music scene. And then we basically launched the Live Music Project as an independent arm, which is focusing on fresh music and original music from around the country, around the world. And I think now is So basically this film, which we're going to show you right now, is made during the COVID times. It was raining. It's completely guerrilla, video shot, done everything. A big thank you to Dougie and Moni. These guys have just spent incredible amount of time checking the footage and putting it together. And we have come out with, this is going to be a series of films. So this is the first one, which will summarize what 10 years of music we've been doing in Goa. So check it out. There's no sound, Darryl. Darryl.
Yeah, no sound, Darryl.
Darryl.
Go back.
Darryl. Can you stop the video?
What's that?
Can you just play it from the start? And also that the sound is coming from a speaker, I think.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Let it play, it'll settle in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, screen sharing has stopped. Is the sharing window is closed? Okay.
Gone.
Hey, I'm Vinesh, architect, designer, and co-founder of the Live Music Project.
I am Darryl, graphic designer, branding and strategy, co-founder of the Live Music Project. What is the question?
The Live Music Project is a platform for live music cutting across all genres.
Yeah, for both the emerging and the professional musicians. And I think the other part of the Live Music Project was also musician-centric rather than audience-centric, because the audiences make up of a whole different types of preferences and choices and stuff like that. But for
What's
us,
happening?
the key was the musician, and the platform was for the musician to showcase what they are all about.
You just choose saying that, okay, I can come for a jazz gig or a hip hop gig or a world music gig or a classical music gig or anything which is an interesting sound.
The experience of a performer is best when it's live.
And then the whole vibe created in a space, it's audiences coming in, having a great time. There is no barrier between, the stage or the performer, the musicians and the audiences. It's all very informal at the end of the day. Landscape which we started. So we had this whole thought process of, the whole idea of non-monetary systems. It's about exchange, it's about barter, it's about sharing. Goa had this jam scene, so we started a jam night and we just took it. And it just brought in all the musicians, all the supporters, all the patrons, just coming into one space. So come and experience. Why do you come and experience that? So
that's why it was free for so many years.
Yeah. But then when it comes down to the fact that because there are so many people involved in this, there's audiences, there's a venue, there's maybe sponsors if they come, and that's again being a process. But there are so many people dependent on this whole thing. And
how do you monetize it? And how does it survive at the end?
How do we put it? Put it like this. Tell me how to put it in words. I say put it like this. How do we read in verse? I say.
So I think the actual journey of as TLMP started off at Baywatch. That's where TLMP began. And that was a collaboration with them. And Dr. Sidney being the first guy to say, let's do something together. So collaborations changes a lot of stuff, From that collaboration, we got a platform. From that model for 2 years, now the same model getting plugged in and plugged out of multiple venues. So it's made it possible. So yeah, we had a focus of doing a gig every week, and we've been doing this for the last 10 years. And that's a whole lot of bands, a whole lot of musicians, a whole lot of audience, and boom.
Is it playing smoothly? Is the audio fine?
Sound was very good.
As we scale up from our regular concerts, it becomes quite a task. And so festivals, are a big challenge. Yeah, it takes a lot of planning, time, effort from a lot of people coming together to create this scene. And a year or more goes in creating the festival, and it all comes down to 3 and 4 days. Yeah, you make it or you break it, and it's just gone. That's a tough nut to crack.
So the irony is that we celebrate 10 years of live music and we couldn't have a gathering.
Yeah, man, it's time for everyone, for musicians to artists, whoever, it's time to create, explore, it's rethinking, it's rebooting, it's about hope. That's what keeps us going.
What next in the platform? Next 10 years. Yeah, lots, man.
Yeah, so we're looking at curating, producing, managing concerts and festivals around the country and around the world, bringing together all the live art forms in one space. TLMP Play is part of our music education initiative.
The TLMP Jam Pad, recording studio, record label, the community radio, which is Pro Artist.
Yeah, the last of the musicians, which is about documentation and archives of the legends of music.
We're looking for collaborators, partners.
Yeah.
Anybody who's interested in contributing, come join the bandwagon, basically.
Yeah, so a big thank you to the musicians and bands for wonderful music. My entire team of volunteers, sound guys, photographers, video guys, and press and media. All the venues for being amazing hosts. Partners and collaborators for the support, international embassies and cultural centers for sponsoring and bringing in the most amazing arts in India. And the audience as well. It's impossible without you guys.
Thank you very much.
After seeing that, a lot of us are ready for a 10-year anniversary party, guys.
Yes.
But Shweta, was the sound fine for you guys, right?
So I think the sound was going from the speaker and not from the computer audio.
Yeah, that is
so we could hear it, but because of that, what was happening was there was about, say, a 10-second audio, 3-4 second audio lag.
Do it again.
Yeah, because it just, sorry.
Yeah, but it's 2020. You are excused from anything. That's fine. You know, all of us are struggling with trying to do these things online as well. So Vinesh and Darryl have been looking for collaborators. They want artists to come forward. Of course, you can get in touch with them. Vinesh, as you go ahead, is there? Are we looking at maybe because let me tell you, there is not a better time when a large number of humans want to escape, and an art escape just sound absolutely perfect. So tell me, are you looking at a sort of a community forming in the next few months? Are you working towards it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So that's basically the plan right now. We're just looking at 2021 to kickstart a lot of things. And of course Artscape for sure. And so we're looking at if people have spaces, have land, have properties or existing properties, we would more than happy come in and basically bring in the Artscape experience to that space. So I think
just to explain people in more detail, so if there is a piece of land that someone has, which is a farmland or an orchard land, what is it that Artscape can bring to that?
So I think it would vary on what kind of land it is, and I think based on
just on a basic level, getting a community together, building places to stay with waste. Exactly. We saw in the ASAP Island case, how beautifully that entire boat was built. So just to give a sense, if somebody had to collaborate with you, what do you all bring to it?
Are you taking it, Darryl?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no, so basically, one is that in terms of specifically the Artscape experience, one is that if there is land, of course, we are working on various kinds of design, in terms of sustainable design, also very cost-effective solutions to build these kind of spaces. But the key becomes, if there is land, then of course, the key becomes that you need to start growing first. That is the most critical thing. Let's start making the space green, get your fruits going, get your vegetables going, get that entire thing, because then you don't need to depend, to a great extent you'll be sustainable. And then of course to start looking at building structures and then start looking at just creating experiences. So I think we are right now very open to the fact that also if there is an existing place which is not functioning, which already has infrastructure, where you don't need to build infrastructure, we can bring in the idea of an Artscape and set it up for you in terms of from food to your drinks, to your activities, to your experiences, to programming, to basically marketing it, basically activating that entire place. So that's something which we are strongly looking at in terms of partnering and collaborating with people.
Right. And when you look at the music scene currently in Goa or around India also, do you think what you all were trying to do that has been done by other people, or it's something still remains very personal to you both, trying to grow this scene? Or are you willing to collaborate with other people also who are doing similar projects?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think the scene has really grown. It was right now there are more and more people who are doing interesting stuff in Goa, interesting music, bringing in, collaborating, and that we've been doing in terms of live music project for a while right now. So I think there are like great guys who have been, like Ranjit is doing his, he's doing his ESP thing, which is great, a kind of experience which he's doing. Then you have, of course, the whole Arambol scene, which has interesting venues, which is there. So I think a lot more people right now are driven towards curating interesting content and creating those experiences. And I think for us it's just been that, we are more than open and we have been working with each other on this completely.
Right. And super interesting that at this time where people's work is not happening, a lot of artists and musicians have ended up coming to Goa. So if anybody is listening, please tell your friends if they want to collaborate. Both Darryl and Vinesh are very excited to look at new forms of art, look at musicians, film, even video journalists. Clearly, we've seen so beautifully. Chris has documented a time in Goa where there was really no one doing what they did. Truly trailblazers, like Chris said in that comment there. Both of these boys, I remember at one point. There was just a Friday night which used to happen at Kavala, and then we used to wait for the art escape events to happen, and used to insist that I used to keep calling them up to ask them when are they happening, and from there to now, it's been a decade. Maybe Providence that you guys are completing 10 years in a very special year, 2020, when things are changing, transforming, taking new shape. And really the future will be interesting to watch, especially as far as art and craft, music, theater is concerned, and in a sustainable way, something that the boys have been doing for a while. Thank you everyone who's watching. Darryl and Vinesh, anything else you would like to say?
Yeah, I think one is in terms of the future of live music. I think it has like Goa in terms of is the global capital for music completely, and so we are looking at setting up a school of world music. So that's something on cards. There is a community radio channel which we are focusing on, and as well as a jam pad and a recording studio. So that's going to be the next steps completely for the live music project. So again, looking for people to come on board in whatever capacity they have. Of course, we are working with embassies. We are working with about 15-20 embassies. They are also excited to keep sending in the artists who can come and do master classes and come and do stuff over here. And also, great guys like Derek is over here, like Derek is watching this. He's an incredible musician, incredible, can come and plug in. Steve is there, these guys who are legends over here. And I think they need to start sharing, and we need this basically a space and a school. I don't know if it's called a school also, but a learning space where all these incredible legends who are here, I think we need to document them and then completely share their experiences with the younger generation. So,
I mean, Chris has done an absolutely incredible job, but I have all my equipment, so I'm very happy to collaborate. Like Nilankur said there, very happy to collaborate in community radio. Even I want to ask you, tell me what you plan to do with that community radio, and also secondly, the school, because these are two areas that could have a massive potential.
Yeah, so basically the community radio is something which we're looking at. That one is that all the people who have, one is played at the live music project itself. Like there's been loads and loads, a few thousands of artists who have played from Goa, from around the country, from around the world. So the point is that all this music needs to come into a space. And of course, we have also recorded a lot of stuff. It's just that we need a team who is interested in taking this ahead, and then also start just documenting the whole local music scene over here, because it needs a space. Also depending on areas, where there is a whole tradition of brass bands over here. There are guys who are playing for funerals. I think it's high time that everyone get a space, to just showcase their music at the end of the day. And yeah, I think that's and the key again is the same. Yeah, we just everyone who's doing interesting sounds. I think we need to have a local community channel over here, because there's loads and loads of music to share here.
Derek, Julian, since you are here, let's not let go of the opportunity. If you don't mind me asking you, when you look at what's going on in Goa and what the boys at the Art Escape have done, what are your views on it? Can you hear me first of all?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Hey, Derek.
Hi guys, how you been, man? I've been watching the whole program from the beginning and absolutely enjoying everything. Fabulous.
Thank you. Tell me, what's your view on collating artists and taking the music scene in the right direction in Goa?
Actually, this pretty much has an impetus of its own. It's been happening all along. Goa is clearly the center of all the music action in this country, for sure. And now it's even pretty much so well known on the world stage. Look at the number of musicians that are coming from all over the world.
Yeah.
For me, my greatest joy is to play in Goa, because you never know who you're going to be playing with, and 90% of the time, 99% of the time, you've got guys who are so good. It's such a pleasure to play with. And I have to say that Darryl and Vinesh have done an amazing bit of work over the years. They've really changed the face of a lot of the music action, and mainly in Goa, but it's going to it's going to go all over. It's going to spread like it can't help it because Goa is the center of all the action, and it's just spreading all over. So well known all over the world, not just here in India. So yeah, all I can say is this is great. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. And when you see like the fact that music events, I mean, of course, I'm not saying there's anything wrong in having a large scale music events, but of course we have come to a point where we are to even go for a party, we need permission, and there's law involved in everything now.
Yeah, I know.
In a quick span of few months. So when you look at the live music scene, how do you see that surviving, considering large events? Do you think it's there are alternate ways to take it forward?
I really can't say because we have one big stumbling block. We've got this deadline time whenever you play, no matter what. Sometimes you got to stop mid-section, mid in the middle of a track.
Yeah.
I mean, that needs to change. I mean, would you rather have people in one place enjoying themselves, listening to music, than on the streets creating havoc?
Yeah.
It's such a simple, thought, but nobody seems to get this into their heads yet. But anyway, I guess sooner or later this will settle down. Hopefully it will. Yeah.
Anything you would like to ask Darryl or Vinesh?
Yeah, when is the next bit of action going to happen for me? Oh, by the way, Vinesh, I'm not in Goa anymore. When this whole COVID thing started, I had to get back home to be with family. That was the time to be with family. So I left in May, actually.
Right.
And I've been in Pune ever since. But my God, man, I miss Goa. Something chronic, man. I can't tell you how much I miss it. It's so much in my blood, in my system. It's like a part of my life has just been chopped off. That's how it feels.
You should come back soon then.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my God, I would. I'd be back in a shot. But this is not the time for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes,
soon, yeah. Roger also had called, so I think the reunion of Waterfront is going to happen soon.
Oh man, I'd love that. But this time, give us a little notice because I don't want to come in half baked. We have a great repertoire. We have a lot of nice stuff, but we never have enough time to put it together.
Yes, done. We'll plan it out much better.
Great. Man, you guys keep up this great work you're doing. Nobody else is doing it. Keep it up.
Thanks, Derek.
May your tribe increase.
May your tribe increase.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Darryl and Vinesh. Best of luck. We all are waiting for you to tell us when is that 10-year anniversary happening, and we all can't wait to see what happens next, what musicians perform.
I think it'll be 11 years.
11 years. Yeah, it will be the 11th year. Anyway, 2020 is cancelled. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks, of course, Nilankur, Reggie, everybody, Alok, who's not here today, but each one of you who take that effort to get these talks together. And thanks for giving us your time. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was good. Maria?
Guys,
how do you sign?
You want to chat some more?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Shweta.